Hello my friends, I am Jihondo. Welcome back to Aurora. This is episode 50. In episode 49, we took out our lovely Bugstomper and gave it a bit of a run against our new goblin friends, and by friends I mean enemies. It did very well, it smoked them all, but it took a lot of internal damage. Because I noticed whatever weapon they were using was punching right through armor and shields as though they weren't there. So I had a look on the Aurora wiki, and it turns out that that means those are meson cannons. So I went ahead and did a bunch of research, got that tree finished, and have designed a new Bugstomper to use meson cannons. Now the other thing I'll mention is I had said I was thinking about increasing the number of fire controls, and then I ended up not doing that. The new ship also only has one, but I think it'll be okay, and I'll show you why. If we just compare this ship to my new one, right off the bat, I'll mention the old ship was 684,000 tons. The new Goblinstomper, a mere 200,000. So I brought it down to about a third, actually a little less than a third of the size. So even with only half the engines, it's still much, much faster. So let me show you how I knocked some of that weight off. Right off the bat, I knocked the armor down to 5. I figure if it's ignoring armor anyway, it really doesn't need all that much. I'll have a bit on here in case I do run into more missile ships. But even then, I still have 10 CIWSs, which is somewhere else I've knocked some weight off, because I had 100 before, but 10 should be plenty. Against all those hordes and hordes and hordes and hordes of missiles that the bugs were firing at us, I never saw more than 7 active at once. I went through and read that log file, which is brutal, by the way. I highly recommend not doing that. But anyway, I went through that log file, and the most I ever saw was 7 active at once. So I bumped it up to 10 just in case. And I think that'll be tons. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I knocked the 100 shields down to 10. Again, the goblins ignore shields, and what little missiles may get through here should be easily comped by that. Okay. I reduced the fuel capacity by about 80%. The old one had 125 mil. This only has 25. Don't worry about why it says 25 135. I wanted to get the exact class weight to exactly 200 even, because I'm OCD. Anyway, alright, now let me explain what's happening with the weapons. So if I look at my old plasma cannonades, I had 100 of these, okay? So they were, 1,250 tons apiece. So I thought, no problem, I'll just build a meson cannon version. Meson cannons. Okay, so these are also 1,250 tons. I thought, okay, well, no big deal. They're about the same size. But then that's where I noticed this line here. And that got kind of stuck in my head because that number seemed weird to me. So I came back over here to the fire control. The max range you can fire is 1.4. I did some checking on the wiki as well, and that's because in 5 seconds, that's how far light can travel, and you can't go faster than that. So that's why that limit's there, because this game goes no less than 5-second increments. So I thought, well, if this thing only goes 1.4 anyway, any extra range here is completely wasted. Well, how do I, what's the point? And if anything, I'd like to bring the cost down and maybe the size. So I started bringing the focusing down. And yes, the range went down and the cost went down, but the size stayed the same. I thought that was kind of strange. So I said, well, what if I try it from the other side? What if I just bring down the focal size? So again, the range is dropping, but now so is the size. I thought, well, this is excellent. So I brought it all the way down to the bottom. Okay, well, I can go bigger than that. So I got that. It's as close as I'm going to get. The extra 40k, who cares? But that means they're only about a third the size, and if you look real closely, notice as I change it that the power requirement is changing, which in turn means the rate of fire is changing. When I bring this down to the size I need it, i.e. the biggest size where it's still useful, that power requirement is low enough that with my very good capacitor research, this thing can fire every tick, like every 5-second tick. So even though I only have half as many as I had the plasma cannonades, they're going to fire 7 times as often. Instead of firing every 35 seconds, like these ones were, basically every 7 ticks if I just keep doing the 5-second increment, this one can fire every 5-second tick. And that's amazing. So I figure with firing that often, one fire control should be enough. The other reason I was looking at it this way is, I mean, yes, the thing technically had a range, that was beyond crazy. I don't know if it'll show it here because it'll have reduced it to match the fire control. But at that maximum range, the plasma was only going to do 1 damage anyway. The plasma is only really good if you get right up close. Then it can start doing humongous damage. Well, if I'm going to be that far range anyway, the full 1.4, and doing 1 damage only anyway, I'm going to use a meson cannon and ignore shields and armor. So yes, I'm still only going to do up to 50 damage per hit instead of maybe up to 100, but I'm going to do it straight to internal systems, and I think that's going to be awesome. That also meant I knocked 4 of the power plants off, because obviously with half the weapons and them being much smaller, I need much less power, so that knocked some weight off as well. So that got down to 200,000, and then of course I put on like scanners and ECM and all that normal stuff. But yeah, so I got to exactly 200,000. I've already got one of these built, because what I did is I scrapped the Bugstomper, and because a lot of these parts were the same, like all the engines were the same, right? All the shields were the same. The only thing they actually had to build was just the meson cannons. Everything else they already had in storage from when I disassembled the Bugstomper, so it built very quickly. And we have one of them waiting. It's just floating around Earth, ready to go. I stuck with the naming convention of swords, and so this one is the Claymore. The English spelling, apparently not the Scottish spelling, but anyway. So it's floating around Earth, ready to go. So what we're going to do is we are going to pop out and look for something to explore. So we're going to grab our Bastone. And the first one we're going to do is in Barnard Star, Struve 2358 or 68, whatever that is, 98. Sorry, I'm nearly blind. We're going to go through this jump gate right here and see what we get. And I think that will be a good place to start. Struve. And we'll just jump ahead until we see this thing come in. There we go. Okay, we are now in Wise 1506 plus 7027. That is a bizarre name, but sure. We'll go with that. I am not seeing any bodies. There may be asteroids, I have those hidden, but I'm not seeing any planets whatsoever, so this is already kind of a disappointing place. Well, we'll scan it. We'll try to anyway. Is there anything for... Nope. There are no bodies whatsoever. This is basically another Barnard Star. That is highly disappointing. Alright, well, we'll do the gravitational surveying. And we'll go ahead and get the jump gate builder in here to build us a way home. And if there's any new jump points in here, we might as well go straight through, because this has accomplished nothing for us. Okay. And we'll put this on 5-day ticks while the Apparition does its scanning. But I must say, I'm not terribly impressed with what we found here. Sorry, we're going to be getting messages about construction brigades. I'm still digging out all the alien artifacts out of 70 Ophiuchi. There was quite a few of them. I haven't got anything that I consider interesting yet. So at this point, they're basically just digging up mines and infrastructure and stuff I don't terribly care about. The only thing I'd like them to ever dig out would be, like a research lab or something to give me new technology. That I'd be interested in. But, a simple construction factory, I couldn't care less. But that's fine. I'm mostly just hunting for aliens because I want to try out my new Goblinstomper. I want to see my 50 meson cannons rapid firing, because I think that's going to be awesome. Hopefully, anyway. Okay, so yes, there is another jump point here. So that's good. We've got the bee here, building the gate back. I'll probably send the Bugstomper back to Earth before we jump through, just so it can have full repairs and fuel and everything. There's no reason the bee can't at least get that gate built for us, because it's such a nice fella, and it's happy to do that sort of thing for us. It's so nice. And I'm sure it's doing it out of the kindness of its heart, not because it's terrified of me, its dictator, demanding it, but, you know, same thing. Anyway. Another auto mine, don't care. Oh, there's a couple jump points in here. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So we'll definitely have more places to open up. I've already got a few more places to open up. I started drawing myself a little sheet. I can actually show it here real quick if we like. If I do this right, I should be able to, yeah. I don't know if you can see the whole screen or not. It might be slightly cut off, but I just basically wrote this here to give me an idea, because I can't keep track of where everything is, so I'm very arbitrarily picked what directions these things are in. Those obviously are completely wrong, because obviously space is 3D and you know, a spreadsheet is not. But so we decided we're right here right now in this wise one, and then it has two more branches apparently that I'll add later. But we still have quite a few other places ready to go, which I think will be neat. But anyway, the bee has built that one, and then we still have a new one to build as well, so we might as well do that. So we're going to have lots of stuff to explore, which is good, because I really want to find some aliens now. I was so afraid of them for the longest time, but now that's all I'm hunting for is aliens. And apparently I have a mineral shortage on Ophiochi. That's fine. They're such a small colony, they don't really need that PDC yet anyway. I just queued it up so I wouldn't forget. That's fine. Okay, just a couple more waypoints to go. I can't imagine there's another jump point in here. There might be one up here somewhere, but that would be about it. Ordnance factory, yeah, totally, completely not interested. But that's fine. Free stuff is free stuff. I guess I can't complain about it. The price is right on it anyway. But it's really only research that I'm interested in getting from them. Alright, so the bee is done, so I'll send it back to Earth to let it refuel and all that. And the Bugstomper will be shortly behind it, because it's almost done in here. I'll send it back to Earth as well, and then we'll come back out here to Wise and jump through one of these extra gates. Probably number one, just arbitrarily, but one of them. Okay, it is officially done, so let's send it back to Earth. Bugstomper. Struve through Barnards, through Sol. That's the other thing about drawing that little chart out. Just the exercise of drawing that helped me memorize where a few of the things are. Not all of them, of course. I'm getting them mixed up in my head still, but at least some of them. So that's sort of helpful. Anyway, refuel, overhaul, and resupply, although I don't think you need them. But do it anyway. Okay, the bee is refueled. The Bugstomper has done the shore leave. They're still doing their overhaul. There we go. Overhaul's done. Alright. So let's get the Bugstomper back out here. That was through Barnards, through Struve, through Wise, and then Gate 1. Alright. Let's go. Yes, I know you don't like Okay, this one at least has a planet. Two of them, it looks like. On a binary star, there might even be something. Yep, there were. I kind of figured there might be a few small ones around the secondary star. There often is. Anyway, more importantly, that means we actually can do geoscanning, which is what we wanted to do all along. Excellent. Alright, auto tick, and let's go. I'm not going to bring the bee in just yet. I want to make sure there's no alien presence before I do. Because if I do find any aliens, I'll need to bring in the combat vessel to hopefully deal with them. I think the design I made will work though. It's still a very large ship, but it's much smaller than the previous. So it's much, much faster, which is always a good thing. And I think just having all those rapid-fire meson cannons means I should be able to absolutely wreck any ship I come up against. Because all the damage it's going to do is all internal. So I think it's going to work. I hope it's going to work. I'm going to feel very silly if it doesn't. But I deliberately didn't delete the design of the Bugstomper, so if it comes down to it, I can always rebuild the real big one. Or redesign it again, but keep it closer to the original. But I'm pretty sure I do like sticking with meson cannons. I have started researching microwave next, although I can't imagine I'm going to use it. It seems that microwave is basically, it's very similar to meson in that it ignores armor. But it does get affected by shields, although it apparently does more damage to shields. And then when it actually hits, it just roasts the electronics. Like if you look at any ship, and let's bring one up real quick here once it pauses. If it pauses. There we go. If I bring up the design of any ship, doesn't matter which one, the Apparition's fine. You notice how some of these say electronic only damage control? Which basically means if this thing got attacked by a ship using just microwaves, these would be the only systems that the microwaves could damage. That any shields it may have, but so after it roasts through the shields, it would then start blowing these things up, which would be really annoying. But if that's all it has, it wouldn't actually be that threatening. It would make the thing completely blind. Like I envision the microwave weapon as basically like it's a good backup weapon, but it's not. It cannot be a primary and only weapon. You need something to actually destroy the ship. Yes, blinding it is absolutely going to give you a combat advantage, but if you don't have any way to deal actual real damage, that's not going to help. But, a microwave weapon beside, something else like lasers or missiles or something could be a very effective combination. So I am researching them, although I'm not 100% sure I'm ever going to actually use them. Oh, that's convenient, an extra mass driver. I'm always looking for more of those. Anyway. Right now there's two places that had ruins in Ophiuchi, so I just colonized both of them. Gave them both mass drivers so they can fling stuff between the two of them as the mining ships, like that golden shovel, fling stuff to one of them, they can then fling it back and forth to each other as they need it. That was the plan anyway. So an extra mass driver cannot be a bad thing. Means I won't have to use the cargo ship anymore. That's good, because that was a pain. So far I'm seeing lots of stuff for the Golden Digger to do once it's done in 70 Ophiuchi, which will be quite a while yet, because there's also a lot of work there to do, but now there'll be a lot of work here to do too. And that's neat. I think we can probably go up to 5-day here. It looks like we're pretty safe unless there's aliens here. And I'd like to think I would have seen them by now if there were. Because there definitely wasn't anything over here. Okay, so you're pretty much done your geo-surveying. That's fine. Let's now finish up the gravitational. And we can bring the bee in. Barnard, Struve, Wise, Keeper 75. Build. And then it can just wait here because there's probably going to be more to build. We'll go back and do the other one from the Wise system before we do any more from here, just so they're a little bit closer. But I might as well at least build the gates here on our side anyway. Just that way I don't have to remember to come and do them later. So that's the plan with that. Oops. Sorry if you notice the thing I just popped up on the bottom. I had to bring my recording software back up so I can keep an eye on the audio levels. For the longest time I was having a lot of trouble with the audio settings. In fact, I think the first 3 weeks I was running this channel, pretty much every video I made had really terrible sound, so I've been really paranoid about watching the audio levels. I think I've got it pretty much sorted now, but I'm still a little paranoid about it. As that would be, I found them very annoying to watch, and it was they're my own videos, and I found them annoying to watch. I can't imagine how anyone else felt about them. Oops, we have inactive labs on Earth to fix. Let us go and fix that right away. I don't know what they were working on, so I guess they will just work on more microwave stuff, I guess. That'll do. It's fine. There's really nothing else I consider critical in the research tree anymore, unless I do find alien technology that I can then further research. That I would consider critical. But I've got all the stuff that I consider important, so everything else now is just to clean it out. Just for completeness sake and nothing else. Oh, 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 oh. What hath we here? An abandoned research facility and details on particle beam range. I think I just got new technology. Alright, so first and foremost, that means that whichever one that was, this one, because they still have some things, now has a research lab, which means it needs to be actually given some work to do. And yes, that's a new one. Excellent. Because I wasn't actually actively working on it, but the 640 was the next one in that range. So this one here, I hadn't actually worked on it yet, but that was here, and they just gave me that for free. So it's not new technology, but it's advancing the technology I already have. So now we're able to jump straight to this one, which is awesome. And I guess you may as well actually work on it since you're here. Why not? Although it's logistics ground that you're better at, but that's okay. Now, was I actually working on that? No. Okay, good. So I don't have to reassign any labs there. But still, that's very good. That's the first time it's actually given me technology. It's not the first lab it's given me, but it's the first technology it's given me. I was kind of hoping for something new, like a completely new field, like say absorption shields. I've been waiting on the whole game. But still, free tech is good tech. Okay. Genetic Mod Center, not interested in. So far I'm not seeing any other jump points here, although we're not done yet, but I haven't even found a single one yet. Yeah, I may want to slightly redesign this apparition as well. It scans geologically really quickly, but it seems to me very slow when it's scanning the gravitational. So I'm thinking I may want to do a slight redesign and give it a couple of gravitational scanners instead of just the one. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it would make this part here a lot faster. Because right now, I'm only clearing one waypoint every 5 days. That seems slow to me, especially since it then starts complaining and breaking. So I think I'll do that later on too. I'll probably do that off camera because again, that's just boring ship design, and no one wants to listen to me hum and haw for 30 minutes over whether 2 of them are better than 3. Because yes, I actually do spend that long trying to min-max the weights and make sure everything lines up nicely, and yeah, I'm pretty brutal. There's a reason I do a lot of stuff off camera, because we'd be on episode 150 by now, not just 50, and we'd still be in the exact same spot. And all of you would be bored out of your minds. Anyway. let's get these last ones done. But it certainly does look like this is a dead end. Unless there is some up here, but so far this is a dead end. Which, that's fine too. Those will happen from time to time. Okay, so yes, just the one jump point, so this was a dead end. Not a problem. Alright, so we'll send the bee back home for a refuel, and we'll send the Baston also back for a refuel, and a resupply, and an overhaul. Good work, everybody. Well done. But then we'll come back to the wise one, and then we'll do the other jump gate once the Baston is back up. Okay, the bee is refueled. Oh, they found boronite. How nice. Anyway, crew's morale is back, but the overhaul's not done yet. Should be done on this tick. There we go. Overhaul's done. They found a terraformer. Okay, great. I have no need to do that. I've already got those. Both the 70 Ophiuchis up to perfect terraforming. For, was it ice cubes I sent on there, or was it just humans? I can't remember. Just standard humans. I got the planets good enough, so I don't really need those terraformers, but that's fine. It's free. I can't complain. Anyway, let's get that Baston back out here. So, Barnards, Struve, Wise, and Unexplored. Let's go. Okay. Yes, I know you hate generating new places. Okay, so again, we have actual scannable things. This one has the LPs. I did look that up. I mentioned them many episodes ago because I had no idea what they were. I did look those up. These are Lagrange points. Basically, they're kind of like mini wormholes within the same system. So much like you have the jump gates that let you go from one star all the way to some other star hideously far away, these will let you go in between these points faster. So if I was, say, up here and I wanted to come down to here, like say I just scanned 1 and I want to scan 25, rather than just flying across, it would fly over to here and then through here. And I don't know how much faster, if it's instant or if it's just a super speed boost. It just said it made for much faster travel within one system. So either way, it's neat. But I didn't know what they were, and I couldn't figure out what LP meant off the top of my head, but apparently it is Lagrange point. So there you go. we learned something. Whether it's relevant or not, I don't know, but that does mean, though, that there must be super Jovians in this sector, because those are the only things that generate Lagrange points, apparently. And super Jovians are basically just really big gas giants, so I'll be able to send the gas pump out here if I needed to. Because that means there will definitely be, or at least most likely be, sources of Sorium here. I guess it's not 100% that it'll be Sorium, but it'll definitely be the type that could have it. So, actually, we'll just do 5-day jumps. So far, this is not looking like a terribly great system in terms of minerals. Oh goody, infrastructure on a planet that doesn't need any. Yay! That's fine. I can always haul it away somewhere else that does need it. I still do have a few places that I could not terraform enough. But again, that's off-camera work because it's really boring. I'm looking for either vast quantities of minerals or aliens. And so far, I'm not finding much of either. No aliens to be seen, and very limited minerals here. The other one was a little bit better, but this one so far is not doing well. we'll keep looking. But it does look like it's probably safe to bring the bee in. I haven't seen any sign of alien activity here yet, and I kind of thought I would have by now if there were aliens here, so... So I think it's safe to bring the bee in to start building the gates. Well, the one gate anyway. There may be more than one, but so far the one. Mr. B, if you would be so kind, sir, as to make your way out here to, oops, am I going the wrong place? I think I am. Oh, that's why. We already had a Gliese. This is another Gliese. Yuck. Okay. Well, it doesn't really matter, because as far as I can tell, this place I'm not going to be doing anything with anyway, so it may not be a big deal that it's got a similar name to another one we already have. That's not a big deal if I'm not going to be actually doing anything in this sector anyway. I can just ignore it. Because so far it's a bust. Lots of sorium. Yeah, if anything, oh, there's some iridium. But if anything, this is basically just somewhere to send the gas pump, and that's it. I mean, there's still some more to scan, but so far this is just a refueling sector. That's all I see this as. But that's fine. It's always good to have more of those floating around, because you never know when Tau Ceti will run out. So that's the one I've been mostly burning through. Okay, you are done with your geo-surveying, and I am very disappointed in the results. But we'll do the gravitational, and we'll see how it goes. Yep, the B is done, but we'll have it just sit here in case there are more gates to build on this one. It's way too early to guess that yet. So I guess we can jump ahead a bit more at a time here. Or try to. I don't think it'll actually go that much because it's complaining about mineral shortages for building. But, yeah, it's fine. Either way, we will just push our way through. Auto mine and a regular mine. How quaint. Oh, it's fine. I shouldn't keep complaining about getting free stuff. Yeah, they're getting upset because they've been out for too long. That's fine. We'll have them back in plenty of time. That's the other thing I want to... Why'd you pop up? That's the other reason I kind of want to redesign this a little bit. Is just to give it slightly higher expected... I've completely forgotten the... Deployment time. Wow. I completely forgot the word. Deployment. That way we won't get stuff like this happening. Or at least not as often. But again, like I say, I'll do that in between this session and the next, I think. Oh, there we go. New jump point. So the bee has some work to do. That's good. Off you go, lad. So this is good. Good, good, good. Yeah, it's done. We're still hunting. Another new one. Okay. So I guess we'll come back here once the Bastone has recovered, because it clearly looks like there's a lot of stuff to do here. I was really hoping to find some actual aliens, but it may not be in the cards. Oh, the harvester is full. That means the foam will halt, the gas pump. I will just send it back to Earth. And it should be there by now, because it's a relatively fast ship. But again, I have to do this manually because there's some kind of issue with the auto transfer. But that's fine. And I guess I might as well just send it out to where we are now, because this seems like a perfectly good spot to be digging from. Because there's plenty of sorium here. Some of it's kind of hard to get at, but there's plenty here, so that's fine. Yeah, starting to have repair, maintenance failures and repairs going on, so hopefully we can get these last couple done before anything else blows up. Hopefully. That's the bolt anyway. See how it goes. Because I have a fair number of maintenance supplies on that ship, but it's not a huge amount. And when it's the damage control itself that blows up, that's less ideal. You kind of need that to help you fix the stuff, guys. Anyway. Yep, foam halt's here. Draining this nicely. Whoa. Your drive blew up and you do not have enough supplies to fix it. Ruh-roh, Raggy. That's a big problem. That's a really big problem. Because you are out of, well, basically out of supplies, and your drive is not fixable. So I don't think you're going to make it. So we are going to try to get it to get back to Earth, but I really don't think it's going to make it. Yes, I know it's going to... Yeah, there's no chance it's going to make it. Just from where it is, back to... Oops. Okay, just to there, it's approximately 4,500. So that will basically be, well, 4,500. I'm trying to do the math in my head and it's not going well. Yeah, this thing's going to blow up long before it even gets to this gate, let alone out. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to try to save it. We're going to try to save it. Where is... Yeah. So I'm going to send the gas pump over to it. Because it's still moving at full speed. Oh, you see it's actually moving over here because it's going to use the Lagrange point because it figured out it's faster. If you said that, even that's not really great speed. Maybe I should use the B. Because I think the B is faster, isn't it? No, it's about the same, but it's closer, so I'll send both of them over there. Between the two of them, one of them's got to get there relatively soon, right? But yeah, you can see it. Okay, so it's basically just like an instant teleport. That's actually really neat. That's quite helpful. So it looks like the bee will get there first. I just don't know if the bee has enough maintenance supplies. I don't know if they either. I should have actually checked before I sent them over if they have any. The bee has... No, the bee's only got 82. That's not even going to be helpful. The Fumelhout has... Okay. That's the end of that. Goodbye, Apparition. I'd love to help you, but none of the ships here have maintenance supplies. So that's the end of you, unless maybe my shiny new Claymore with its super high speed can get there. It's got to go through a couple of gates, but it's really, really fast, so... And it actually has, like, a large number of supplies, so... All things being equal, if any ship is going to get there in time, it's going to be this one. I can try sending the supplies from the bee over, but I don't think that's going to be enough, really, to help it. But we will try. Why are you not willing to talk to that one? Do I have to put them in the same group? Maybe they have to be in the same group. That's fine, we can do that. It should only take a second. Right. Okay. So now the Baston will contain both of these. Oh, because the Baston was still trying to move. Okay, yeah, you're not doing that. Okay. So I want the B to transfer to the Baston. The B has 82. Is that enough for this to fix? I don't know. We will find out in 5 seconds. Nope, still not enough. Okay, we will have to wait for the Claymore to get here then. There it is right there. Very, very fast ship. Okay, so we will tell that to join the Baston. Okay, now we should be able to get this sorted out. You will transfer to the Baston, and you will give it 5,000. So now, the Baston... Oh, actually, how much can it support? Maybe I'm trying to give it too many. Somewhere on here... Oh, it should be able to support 8,000. Let's try that again, shall we? Transfer Baston. Okay, I think that did it that time. Yes, okay. So now, it should be... There was no message complaining about not being able to repair, so it should be in the process of repair. I don't know how long that takes, but I'll give them an hour. Give them several hours, apparently. Give them a day. I have no idea how long that takes. And the only way I think I'll know it's done, unless it gives me a message, will be to see if its top speed has returned to... which it still currently has not. maybe I didn't click the button. Nope, that's still not enough supply. Okay, let's give you 3,000 more then. Okie dokie. I can do that. Because I think it only can hold 8,000. So let's try that. Okay, I think that drive takes more than their supplies can do. So I think we are in fact going to be losing. Okay. That is very unfortunate. The only other thing I can think of would be to try something else. Okay, well first off, let's put all our other ships. This may as well just head back to Earth, because there's nothing else for the B to do. Can refuel and for all it's worth resupply. And the same with the broadsword, or the claymore here. It was a great idea, but clearly did not work. So you can also head back to Earth, refuel, resupply, and all that. My only other idea would be to take the apparently have an empty group. I can get rid of that. Is it the Iridium? Yes. This is a tugboat that I built many episodes ago and have never actually used. I will see if I can tug the thing back. I don't know if I can. I'm going to try, because I really don't know what else I can do. If this doesn't work, then I am officially giving up on the Apparition, which will be very sad, but oh, I guess I could just tractor it directly. I don't even have to join it. There. Okay. Let's see if this works. It's not a super fast ship, so it'll take a bit to get here, but we shall at least see if this is a thing we can do. Because if it doesn't work, I'm not really sure why I bothered building a tug, because I've never used it at all yet. Okay, so now, as far as I'm concerned, the Baston should be coming with the Apparition. Yes, okay, so they are linked. So its speed obviously came down because it's hauling something, but it's still really good. So all things being equal, I should be able to get back to Earth, tugging this thing. Because even if I have to split them for the actual jump, it can do a jump at 1 kilometer per second. That doesn't really matter. Okay, I think this is working. Oh, I may just have saved the Apparition after all. Okay, the B is home. Okay, the Iridium has made it. So, oh, I think I've got something good happening here. Well done me. Alright, so somewhere in here I need to be able to now unlink them, right? Ah, here it is. Okay, I can break that link. make that its own fleet again. Now that it's at Earth, we can overhaul. Okay, well, you're at Earth, so I'm not really concerned about it, sir. Thank you, though, for your kind words. Yes, thank you. I know. It's okay, sweetie. I know. Thank you. Wow. Then you can refuel. You shouldn't need any supplies or anything else because you're fine. Okay. Very good. All right. Well, we're just about at time control anyway, so I think this is a good spot to end the episode. I managed to rescue the Baston because I really thought it was a goner once its damage control and its engine blew out. Having said that, it wouldn't have been a big deal anyway because I'm going to be redesigning it. But at least now I get to keep all the parts because I can just scrap it once I'm done redesigning it. So I guess I actually shouldn't tell it to repair it. I should just have it sit here, right? It's already started now anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's fine, not a big deal. But yeah, I was just mostly impressed. Remembered I even had a tug because I built it so long ago, but B, managed to actually get to work without having to sit here and click 500 buttons trying to figure it out. So I'm kind of impressed with myself. But anyway, folks, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you'll come and hang out with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.